Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Unpopular Opinion.
Real,
and we're saying it all. Okay guys, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome for the very first time to our little space. We're just going to introduce ourselves real quick. I'm Kemi.
Claire,
Sharifa.
Prim.
So Sharifa is our special guest. Well, at this point, either you've already watched a video with us or this will be the first one. It will depend on how we post these. But she's a special guest of ours. I'm going to let her introduce herself. But let me just tell you what we're talking about, which you probably have seen in the description. We're going to talk about breakups. For some reason, maybe it's because I'm single, I receive a lot of DMs from you guys about breakups. We have hosted a real professional. So we can chat about breakups. But Sharifa, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Sharifa Namusisi. I am a marriage counselor, CBT therapist. CBT
What
is
is
cognitive.
CBT?
I know. Okay, it's cognitive behavior therapist. It's a concept that teaches us that your thoughts affect your behavior, and your behavior affects your actions. Yeah. So if you can change your thoughts, it can just change your your behavior, and then your
Actions.
Your actions. Yeah. So that's CBT. And then I'm a life coach and a sex therapist at Let's Fix It individual and couples counseling.
Okay, thank you. Now you can also be in a conversation and say CBT and you know what it means. So we're going to let Sharifa kind of take us on these things of how to deal with a breakup. We'll just go point by point. Point one, how do we deal with breakups?
Number one is acceptance.
Amen.
Yes.
Talk
It
on
is
it.
hard.
That's the hardest thing, and
Yes.
that's why it's the first point.
Yeah.
Because most of us will live in denial of
It can't be.
shower. I cannot be.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's an ego thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
be dumped, and then you live in denial. Then you start calling these people, texting them, talking about talking to their friends.
Closure.
Yeah. Oh, that, That's point number two, looking for closure. But yeah, acceptance is the number one thing. If you want to move on from your ex, dealing with a breakup is kiriza. You told you what no longer was, and you can be dumped. Yes, you can be dumped.
You're talking to others. And you are
You're as bad as you think
That
you
is
are.
what I know, you are telling all those, but no, but a breakup can teach you that.
Yeah.
Because the girls out there who are, oh my god, who are all that? Like you look at them once, twice, and you're like, oh my goodness, this chick is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's also good in bed. She has the money, and then they'll dump. Yeah, so if you do not accept, you are going to really suffer. So number one is accept.
Accept that your ancestors
They
finally
did not
caught
do
up
the job.
with you.
Prim
They
is
finally
Prim is
sent you
making
the
these jokes
juju.
because some people hauna trauma. Life is nice. It's fine.
Your ancestors finally caught up with you.
Yeah, so that's the number one. And like
Yeah.
I always tell you, just accept you've been dumped. But how, man, why? You've been dumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, people have their own reasons why they want to move on, and well, life goes on.
To be fair, sometimes it's not the guy that has dumped. Sometimes
It's you who
because
are
you
like
also
the
feel the
relationship.
pain.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you feel
true.
the pain
Oh,
regardless of who
yeah.
has left the
It's
relationship.
true. There's sometimes
Yeah.
people think, because you're the one who has initiated it, you
Yes,
don't feel as
yeah,
bad.
you still
But
feel
you do.
pain.
Oh,
You do.
It's a big
Sometimes you
deal.
don't want to move
And
on.
sometimes it's
when you
and-
initiate it, it's worse because
Yes.
you're guilty.
I know.
but sometimes it's even a mutual decision. Let us know in the comments which one have you been. Are you if you're currently going through a breakup? Let us know. Did you initiate the breakup? Did he initiate the breakup, or she? We don't judge. Or did
They.
you? Was it a mutual?
Yeah, I mean,
Was it a
that's
mutual
all that
decision?
Yes.
Because either way, it's actually very painful
That's true.
still.
I
Yeah.
mean, a breakup, whether you're the one who has dumped or who's been dumped, it is painful. Because, and for you who has dumped, you will always keep wondering, what did I make the right choice? What if I had held on a little bit longer?
Yeah, would it
would
be
things have
different?
changed?
Yeah.
But it hurts regardless.
Yeah.
And again, acceptance will have to come in and go like, you know what? There is a reason why I actually broke it off. Yeah. So then, life goes on.
Mm-hmm. Tell us, point two.
Point two, whatever you might be going through, because most of us in our subconscious, we always feel like, maybe it could work. Maybe if I try one more thing, maybe if he tries one more thing, it could work. And then when we go out and we are partying, takes me to my next point. Do not drunk text. Do not drunk call. I hope you have good friends that you can hang
And
around
keep
with
you away
who
from
will
the phone when
exactly-
you are drunk.
Because that's usually the first thing people do, you know, when they're going through a breakup and they are drinking, trying to forget their thoughts and everything, they'll get their phone and go like, why did you not me? So please, whatever you do, do not.
How about sober text? Like, you know, but why? Why did you do this? Why did you break my heart like
I feel like if you really want to have that discussion, then it needs to be in person. I'm not going to text you about
be
it.
over text.
Because texting means you're going to text today, tomorrow, Friday,
it's
next
going
week.
to be back and forth. You're going to misunderstand things.
When we are talking and we are leaving. Because me, I'm not going to be your friend.
I've sat in one of those one
It's not easy.
I thought how that trauma.
No, I've sat in one of those where I was giving my reasons for leaving.
Oh,
you are the one. You are the damper.
It's not a prestigious thing. I think when we were younger, we really used to make sure we book the whole. Let me, because for me, I speak as someone who struggled with lots of daddy issues. Of the whole, let me leave you before you leave me. Yeah, it was always like a competition. So there was the shame of being left. There was the shame of being left. There was the whole, I don't want to be the loser. I don't want to be the one that they left. I don't want you to ever go their side of that. So yeah, but then I think the more I got in touch with myself and tried to get to know myself, it was no longer such a big deal to be left, right? I became vulnerable with myself and I accepted, yes, if you left me, I would like to deal with, I would like to deal with that. I would like to go through that. And it was not shameful. Like, I know that out there, especially for young children, because I know that was mainly when I was between like 16, 17 to maybe 20 something, 22 really. You're trying to make sure that you publicize it very fast. You book, I'm the one who left, I'm the one who dumped. But I think as an adult, I don't think I would be ashamed right now to say that, he left me.
Yeah, I hear you. You grow and you.
Yeah, you grow
some
and
of these things are not as.
You no longer. Nothing can shame me anymore. Yeah. There's not much that can shame me.
To add something to what she just said, I know it takes us to something a bit deeper. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to talk about it more. When you say that you wanted to be the one to dump before they dump you, there's a name for that kind of attachment. It's called the disorganized attachment style. There are different types of attachments. There's the secure, the insecure, anxious, and then the disorganized, where you crave intimacy, but then again you're afraid of it. So you know what you do? You know what? I will leave that guy before he leaves me. Yeah. Or I'm just going to reject him. What if he rejects me in the future? You always run.
I've lived through that.
You want it. You do want it, but because your childhood, you experienced a lot of, your parents were never present, were not in your life. So you cannot trust that someone will stay. Yeah. Exactly. So you end it before it begins. But then you want it.
That was me. Yeah.
So I can understand. I want to just add on to what she just said. But life goes on.
But if you are going through that, please try to heal. See if you heal,
Get
guys.
therapy,
You deserve love.
Because you don't even
someone
realize
will love you.
People don't even realize that those are attachment styles. You never even realize you had a problem.
It even helps to give it a name.
Yeah.
To know that,
so then you know what you're doing when
it exists. It's
out
diagnosed.
There. I'm not the only one who is going through it.
So please, ladies, heal. Or gentlemen, for that matter.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah, so my point number 3 is, whatever you do, please do not revenge. What does it serve you anyway?
Nothing.
It's just, it leaves you empty.
Because what does it serve you?
Yes, what does it serve you?
Burning down his house. Please, it serves me having to rebuild.
Prim, and then what? That's the question that I always live with in my life.
I'm kidding. Don't burn houses. You have no insurance.
And then what?
There's really no.
There's no point to it. You're just hurting yourself even more. You've revenged, and then what?
Oh my God, but you guys, the break.
I know, Prim.
The pain.
And the thing is, revenging is not going to take the pain away.
It doesn't.
It will not give you a single ounce of satisfaction.
It feels like it will.
Yeah,
but
then
it doesn't.
Anything, if you are a good person, when you revenge, you feel bad.
Yeah, and I think taking the high road is a difficult thing, but as you get older, you realize that it's that tough road.
Tell me about it. Yeah,
but long term, you don't see it immediately.
The shame you go through.
You're like, this person has shamed me, and what are they dealing? And then it literally takes like 2 years for that person to ever go through something.
And you see, the thing is, first of all, when, for example, there's lots of people involved, like friends and family and what, the thing is, they might know the truth, But lots of friendships have been lost, lots of relationships have been broken by then, because people are doing we are taking sides, especially in a relationship that seemed very stable, because we're not just talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, we're just, let's see where it goes. We're talking about some, like, people have committed and everything. So the pain of people have taken sides, people have really hated on the other person that didn't speak up, the person that didn't revenge, that that took the high road. You know, the thing is, they might find out the truth, but you may never get the apology that you want. True. You may, no one, you know, like, you can't take back time. You know, this person can even come and apologize to you. Your ex can come and say, I was wrong. I've done some maturing. I've searched myself and I'm sorry. But they'll never take back time and call back the meetings and the committees. They can't take that pain back. And share them and tell them, take back the that, oh, by the way, I was wrong. She's not this and that and that and that. Yeah.
Very true. I think also on top of that, I feel like a lot of women wait for the other person to go through something bad, so you might not be the one to do the revenge.
Karma. We can be waiting for karma.
She stole my man. She's also going to. Someone's also going to steal him away from. And then
you'll be there waiting. Yeah. People actually get second marriages, and those are the love of their lives.
And you wait for something bad to happen to that person. You're wishing them bad. You're thinking why God is not listening to your prayers. And listen, you're hurting yourself.
100%.
My mom once told me something. We were talking about a friend of mine was, met someone who had been married before. I remember we were younger, and my mom who was married before, and then they were done, and they met my friend. And my mom told me, I want you to understand that in life, that could be their person. So the fact that your friend is younger, maybe they're older, they met someone else and they married before, and that didn't work out, and they met your friend, and you actually be very shocked that they're going to last. Do not believe this whole thing of, oh, you've broken a marriage, oh, a life is coming for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not encouraging homewreaking. Please note, they were married before and they were not married at the time. But my mom made me understand that you have to normalize and understand that sometimes people are meant to meet through you. Now I actually believe that if right now, and I'm so sorry, this is going to shake tables, but if I was dating someone and they met someone else and dated them and married them, I'll just know that I was just meant to be the vessel that brings those people together. Would it hurt? Yes, please. It would. But also when you look at it, there's a reason this person didn't marry you. You've been dilly-dallying for what? 3 years now. And then he meets someone else and wives them in the next 6 months. Maybe they were meant to meet through me. And I just find a way to probably make peace with that.
Well, this is reality.
It is reality.
And people need to understand that life is not a Nigerian movie where you like Ajakulaba and then
and then something magically comes out of the floor and strikes them and weird stuff like that.
What happened and then what? So you need to really heal and let go. And also that helps because we need to not wait for closure. But we go like, let's just have that one meeting, we talk about it. Or let me wait.
Closure is where you go back to pick your bobby pins of the hair.
Right?
It's confusion, by the way.
And your puff holder.
Yeah, so the closure bit, do not wait for closure.
Next thing you know, you're pregnant. Yet you went to pick your puff holder. A puff holder. And a child.
I left my puff holder, you come back with a baby.
I know. So no closure. Like if you've decided that, you know what, I'm done with this, it has ended.
I'm sure Norbert Mao went to get closure from NRM now.
And see what happened.
He's a justice minister.
I don't think anything would ever come out of that closure bit.
He went to get
his puff holder. I was like, NRM, I'm here to break up with you, but as it will declare that I'm opposition, but I'm like,
came back
next thing you know, they're announcing your minister for justice, and
he's like, I guess we're in a relationship.
I just came for my puff holder, guys. As in,
I know.
By mistake.
Whoops. Another thing that someone could do to deal with, because you can't get over it. It takes time. You have to go through it.
It does. It's a process. And one of them that helps is taking care of yourself. We like that self-pity. Hey, mama, why me? You need to take care of yourself. No one is coming to save you.
Say, I'm lying. Nothing else like seeing your ex becoming brown.
After a breakup,
I know what happens to us brown girls. They're so happy.
No, but seriously, you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
What helps? Is it good friends, good company, going out, declutter? You mentioned something that for you, you will burn the bridge. That is very, very important. Please get a box it up, everything, a picture. Meanwhile, people will say, what if I have a child with this person? I don't care if you have a child with this person. A breakup is a breakup.
Yeah.
You do not want to just keep, going back in this cycle of he comes, you talk, you get heartbroken, and then you go back again. It never ends well. So please just end it.
Yeah.
Cooperate if you have to, but when it comes to keep going back and forth,
Sex and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's saying, please. She's very
Like,
specific.
catch those
Hey,
things.
yeah, cut the whole sex, and then I call you when I'm lonely thing.
That romantic
Yeah,
part of the relationship
It has
needs
to
to
be
be
gone.
cut.
Yeah.
just be
It has
parents.
to be
Yeah.
gone.
And
Take
it's
care of you.
easier said than
I
done.
know.
So what are some of the steps that someone can take when you're thinking of Daddy John? How does someone out there not pick up the phone and call? Because there are times, we've all been through breakups. We know there are those days when you're really hurting and the one person who is going to take that pain away is the one person you can't call,
Read
but
the
the one
Bible.
person you
Boundaries.
The Bible is there for you.
Boundaries.
So for me, I've
Exactly.
always found boundaries very hard. Now, especially with Philip and I broke up before we. So I found our breakups very difficult because my heart was there. He was the only person going to be able to take that pain away. So even the boundaries were very difficult. And I know I speak for a lot of women. There's some people now. Philip is very much of I draw the boundary, however much it hurts.
Same.
And you seem to be that kind of guy. However much it hurts, you close that door and that's it.
Throw away the key, change my name, move to another
I think
country.
I used to be clear, but now,
But
actually, I keep telling people that's one of the things I learned from Fiona, and it set me free. In our friendship, that's one of the things that, I learned from her.
okay, so for me, and I know I speak for a lot of women, you people, the pain, I don't deal well with pain at all. I'm not the kind of person who say, okay, just sit and be in pain. I often have to do something about it, especially that level kind of pain. I've never experienced it with any other of my my previous boyfriends, but I experienced it with Philip. So I thought maybe it's the fact that maybe I loved him so much because he was the one and stuff. But clearly a lot of people out there are feeling the pain of the breakup. So what I wanted to ask is what are practical, one or two practical
it's
steps
easy for us
you can
to,
tell for someone like Fiona, it's hard, it's difficult, but for you can control yourself from the text. But I know someone like me, it's difficult.
I don't, before Sharifa actually answers, I want to say that, like you said, it's actually still hard. For me, it's mostly a question of self-control. And sorry to make it like
No,
Jesus-y,
I mean, I don't
but
have
self-control
in
is
that
a
way.
gift that the Holy Spirit has given us. And so you're actually able. We tell ourselves a lot of things, you guys. I didn't know what my body was capable of until I did a 7-month training. I didn't know, like you don't know what you're capable of until you actually immerse yourself in an uncomfortable situation and actually sit it out. But that's what I'm saying. Because you're actually very capable. We sometimes tell ourselves many things. But do you know how strong your mind is? I don't.
Again,
that's been my
CBT, what you
experience.
think is it informs the actions that you. Because until this day, I've never been able to, if I'm feeling so much pain when I break up, I've never been able not to text or call or want that pain to go away so much that I need the wrong person that it's
The person
been
who caused it,
yeah. So Sharifa, what?
Well, for me, I always want to ask you, what do you gain from going back? You see those phone calls that you make? Yeah, so when he comes around and then you have that night, and what happens after that?
Of course, it's
terrible.
sadness.
It's
I
terrible.
know.
So for me, that is enough.
You're
for me to not
delaying.
Think about
you're
it.
delaying the
Delaying,
pain. You're delaying the healing. So why not
Delaying
just
the
remove the Band-Aid?
inevitable.
Exactly. And then Fiona, you're lucky that you know how important it is to set boundaries. Many of us have been raised to not even say no. So setting boundaries for us is very, very hard. That even if I tell my ex-boyfriend, do not come here, do not text me, do not visit, the minute I see his car, I am the one
You're
who runs down and opens the
running.
gate. Yeah,
The moment you see his phone on that call, his
call
number on the
there,
call, you pick
you
up.
Who is
exactly.
calling? Goat. You pick. Because by then you've changed the name to
Yeah.
Goat.
Do not pick. block,
do not
stalker.
answer, yeah.
Yes.
By the way,
So the boundaries
Stalker.
bit, it's a very, it's something that we all need to learn. Like,
The
if you've
discipline.
decided, the
Yeah.
discipline. If you've decided to, you know what, this is not serving me, it's draining me, I need to cut it off, and then just realize that this is exactly what you need to move forward. And again, how are you going to meet other people if you keep going back to this same person who has drained you so much? So you do not delay the healing.
Yeah, you guys, you need to like yourself enough to make those decisions and draw those boundaries. Anyway, let's go back to Sharifa. Another point.
Well, let's talk about catastrophizing, where we say all men are the same just because one man has. Yeah, this is how we're going to deal with it.
Dangerous.
You do not, yeah. And then even the men, because men also say it. These days only one. Yeah. So
I really want to be a Muyai and I have failed.
Then stop trying because we don't want Bayaye. No, but the truth is, going through a breakup, you need to understand that it is just that one person who has hurt you. We are all not going to hurt you. Exactly. So healing is very important, because if you do not heal, you're going to hurt like everyone who is going to try and love you, everyone who is going to try and come into your life.
Self-sabotage.
Exactly. So enough with the self-pity. We are all not bad people. Not all men cheat. Not all men are terrible human beings. Just because of one bad breakup, it does not mean that, hey, it's over. Yeah, we do not overgeneralize. Yeah, so that's also a step that people need to take when they're going through breakups. Just understand that it is this relationship that has not worked. It is this woman, it is this man. So I need to heal, do the work, and then try and meet someone else. Or just, take a break.
Okay, so take us through another point.
Do not date or marry the next person you meet immediately after your breakup.
But if they've come to wash away the naku.
They've come to make you feel better.
You will not know if you're dating out of loneliness or impulsiveness. I think it's always good
The
to take
Holy
some
Spirit
time.
I
has
won't lie.
revealed.
It's
I
always
used to be
good.
guilty of that. Just
Yeah.
Even
onto
told
the
God
next.
that
How did it
day
go?
let him wear a
Well,
maroon
it
t-shirt.
wasn't catastrophic.
But
Took my mind off the
Momentarily, though.
yeah, and it usually actually used to be Philip. We date and then we break up, and then during the 2 weeks we're breaking up, I am
talking to other
just keeping my mind off it. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. Like, I know for a fact that it was rebound attention. We didn't really do it. It was attention rebound. And we could break up for like 6 months, and in those 6 months, guaranteed, my attentions would be elsewhere. I'd be enjoying the attention of someone else, but it made me feel better.
Yeah.
It's not advisable. I don't advise it, because for as much as I didn't get too much into the entanglements, the same couldn't happen. May not happen for you. You know. So I don't advise it for sure. This end of it, but I was very young. I was very young.
But I still believe in, Fiona and I are always talking about this thing of like jumping from one relationship to another. Or like, I feel like people are so afraid of being alone. I remember that used to be me. I remember I used to call my friend Bena a lot. Like, where are you? We go here. We do what? And then I just say working, not many problems, or, so I had money. I had some disposable income. Let's do this. So one day Bena told me, Prim, do you hate being alone? Do you fear being alone? And it was something we laughed about, but I later sat down and thought about it. Like, what is it about me that cannot have me in the house alone, or staying just alone and being with myself, right? Listening to my own thoughts or reading a book. Like, why is it that I'm always restless, looking for the next company, the next person, who else is going to be in my life, who's going to be exciting? I remember there's a very long time in my life where I just dated one person to another, to another, to another, to another.
Same.
And after some time, like, I remember when that is one of the questions that really, it was like a light bulb moment. I don't even think she knows this, because she just said it in like, as if, what's with you, right? But it had me thinking, it had me sitting down, and for once I was like, okay, let me now first stop dating and let me first date myself. When we say that thing, I was recently seeing someone, trying to empty that statement, but I still stick by that, like getting to know yourself, dating yourself, and just being by yourself. It's a very good thing, because that means that whoever comes into your life after that is only complimenting you. They're not they're not defining you, right? Like if you, because that's what we keep looking for in the next person. This person used to define me. They used to be the reason, like I'm not bored. They used to be my everything, and now they're gone. I need to find myself in another person and another person and another person. So it's very important that you first, you know, like be alone for some time, get to know who you are. And until I dated myself, did I meet my current partner, and that's been one of the longest and stable relationships that I've been in.
I guess because you weren't looking for someone to complete
No, I wasn't.
you.
No, I wasn't.
You were
looking for
both complete individuals that then came together.
True.
See, we need to remind people that it's okay to actually be alone.
Yeah.
It's the default setting.
Wrong with you just
Unless you're a
I
twin.
have been.
Unless
But
you're a
Even
twin.
you're in your twins, they
At
get.
least as if they are witches.
Because you know, when you guys are speaking, I'm like, I've never dated myself. You know, I'm one of those people, I've spoken about this before. I've never been there and been like, Claire, you're so interesting. No. I like being with people naturally. I do not like my own company. I am boring on my own, you know? So I don't know if that's the dating yourself you mean, but yes, I absolutely agree. Be happy, not being alone, because that means just be in your house. Many people out there are going to misunderstand that we're saying, listen, be in your house alone, and because some people are naturally not like that. Some people are just not going to be in the house alone, and that's okay. However, be alone
fulfilled.
means be single. Be happy, single. Enjoy your time with your friends. Enjoy your time with your family.
With yourself.
Enjoy, by yourself could mean either you one person or you as a single person with friends. You know, you don't have to be So for me, I don't like those things of spend time on your own at home. I just don't want.
Why you do that?
It's something I got used to so much that lately I don't even like stepping out as much.
I don't.
No, while you do that, it's very important for you to do a self-check-in and ask yourself, why did this relationship end? Okay, yes, he cheated, but what part did I play? Because you cannot only blame one person.
I spent so much time doing that.
And I think that's always the point where I know that I'm actually like getting to a much better place post breakup. When I start to acknowledge that I went wrong here, so then I'm like, like the veil is starting to lift. I start to see that like that's when I can really say that healing has
it has begun.
And that takes me to always the question that I'm asking people when they are dealing with breakups: would you date you? Like, would you really? If you're a man, would you really date yourself? And if you're really genuine and honest with yourself, you'll sit down and go like,
maybe not. Yes, I wouldn't like myself. Yes,
but I'm really gossipy. But I'm really this.
Yeah.
I whine and complain a lot.
This is me. Won't cut it. This is who I am. Won't cut it.
This is how I am.
I was born this way.
Straight in the trash.
So that is when you start to do the work, and when you do that, you are going to attract exactly what you need because you've healed, you've done the work. So this beats you getting into another relationship while you're still
with the same same thing.
Exactly.
And also it means you can never settle. It means now that you know yourself,
that is powerful.
Yes,
that's powerful.
That's the beauty.
There's a beauty about being okay with being single. I'm not saying being alone is separate. Being single, being okay with being single and being happy, that is power.
Right.
That is power. Right. Because then you'll be like, listen, unless you're improving my singleness, please keep moving, you know? But I have a question for you, Sharifa. People are going to ask us, what does doing the work look like? For everyone, I know it's different, but what are some of the tips that, because I know I get asked all the time, what do you mean by do the work? Because that's kind of a loaded statement.
Yeah.
So let's say outside the relationship, if people come in for individual counseling, the first thing I will ask is, would you date you if you met you? Because that opens up a whole can of worms. Yes.
I've never actually thought about it.
There's no bias, you're honest, and then we start. What's the one thing you hate about yourself, Fiona? That is where we start. If you say, I am really, really quarrelsome, where does it come from? When did you start to be this way? Well, I grew up saying it. My parents were always at it, you know, and like, okay, so this is a childhood trauma. So when I say do the work, you need to go back into your child and realize, that was not okay. What you saw growing up was not okay. Yes, there will be misunderstandings growing up, but it does not mean that they cannot be repaired.
Yeah.
So we learn, that's what I mean by doing the work.
Yeah.
We go back to where this thing
Could
that you
have
hate
come
about
from.
yourself
Started
came
from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then we start doing the work. It's like, ripping off something one by one,
Yeah.
until you get to the bottom
Yeah.
of where did this come from? If you say that, I am very, very gossipy. Where did this come from? Oh, school, growing up. Oh, this is what we used to do. But is it okay?
Yeah.
Is it okay? No, it's not okay. Because when you say do the work, it means working on all those bad things you would hate to see in a partner that you have. So you learn to, this needs to go.
Yeah.
Sharifa, how do I go about it? You start here and here and here. So that is what it means by doing the work. You're improving yourself, you're growing, you're healing, you're letting all these things that you hate about yourself just sweep them down the drain. And then you will attract somebody who is exactly like you. Because you've healed, so you know a healthy
What
partner.
you want.
Yeah, but if you've not healed, trust me,
Yeah.
you're
It
going to
keeps
attract
yeah.
every terrible human being because you can't even tell
And they're
who's
all
healthy
each
and
magnifying a certain character in you.
Oh, thank you.
Recently,
Preach.
I recently had a moment of, I don't know if I talked about it on one of our episodes, where my mom used to wake up very early. My mom was a very silent treatment kind of person. I carried that a lot in my relationships. And so she used to give us silent treatment. She would wake up very early, do housework, and that means she won't talk to you the whole day. She didn't wake you up to do the housework. She did it alone. But now you're just like, she's mopping, which you're supposed to have done. How do I jump? How do I walk around her? You go to wash the dishes, they're already washed. You go to try and cook the porridge, it's already cooked. But you're like, what? But then she's just angry, she's not talking to you.
Passive aggression.
And we are there, dying with it, what. So, my mom would do housework and then give us silent treatment the whole day. Until you go to bed, you're guilty, you're wondering, what can I do? Banange, you go and mop the compound. You're a mess. So, and you're just waiting for when is she beating you, So, my boyfriend does housework, right? And I remember there's a time that I refused to do housework. Like, I was just like, I don't have energy. I don't want to do anything. I just want to watch TV. I remember sitting in my couch and watching Netflix while that man washed dishes, while he was sweeping. And each time he was doing something, I'd go to peep and see, is he angry? Is he giving me silent treatment? I would be shocked that I would ask something and he replies. I'd even ask things that I don't want to know about, but just to gauge, where are we?
Where are we communicating?
Then I kept expecting him to be mad, but he was not mad. After that, he made food, gave me. I'm like, So then I asked myself, why do I keep expecting him? And that's, for me, that's what I would do. Like, there are times when I would do housework, serve him food, and I'm not looking at him. I'm so mad. They're like, why did you just sit in that couch and do nothing while I'm slaving away?
Passive aggression.
So one day, I was like, but why is it that I expect him to be mad and he's not mad? Because I'll be like, why aren't you mad that, you've done housework and I was just seated there?
Yeah.
I was like, but why would I be mad? Right. That's when I was like, why did I expect him to be like this? And I remembered, oh my God, like, this is not even something that probably had, like, that was on the surface, but there was something reminded me that, oh, this is what I've been seeing growing up.
Yeah, so it's normal.
It's normal. The norm is you're supposed to be mad and give me silent treatment because I sat there and didn't do anything. Yeah. And for me, that's what I would do to him. And he knew. We even laugh about it now. Even yesterday, he told me, are you mad that, you've done these things and I was seated there? And I'm like, no. Because lately, I actually tell myself, you know what?
Moved past it, yeah.
I have moved past it. I've moved past it. Some of these things you don't even see. But you guys, our behavior, the behaviors that we manifest really go back so far.
Way back.
So far.
Yeah, and I think, like, there's someone who has had you and has felt it in a very specific
yeah,
way.
You guys,
Because
my
even if it's
mom
not
was
exact,
so big on
it's
silent
very
treatment.
specific.
And
because even for me, I think it also just speaks to the importance of therapy. Because, man, there were many things I didn't understand until I went into therapy. And we backtracked to little Fiona.
Where they start from.
And I was like, oh, so this is where I've been seeing repeatedly emotionally unavailable men. Because the example of what love was supposed to look like was very different and was not actually wrong. But I didn't know. And I carried it into adulthood. And I was with these men and I was trying to make that love enough. And it was not mathing. It was not
I hope you guys get a day to talk about toxic parenting. I know I would love to do that.
Me too.
Because you guys do not understand what our parents have done to us.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to blame them because they also learned from their toxic parents. So it goes on, and then that's why you're hearing a lot of, we are breaking generational curses and all that. But are you really breaking generational curses? Do you even know what you're supposed to do?
Do you know?
Because it's not about.
Exactly.
And the thing is, people hear generational curses and think that there is a judge
We think
in
of
the village somewhere
devils
dancing,
and
shaking
ghosts.
calabash.
No.
Yeah.
Even
So,
what she just talked about.
Yeah,
If she
my mom
carried
was
this
really heavy
into-
on silent treatment, and for her she would just be like, "Oh, may I just keep quiet and leave you there." And even me, I just grew up that if someone hurts you, just don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Just don't ask them why they did this. Do not ask them to apologize. Just silent treatment, and then
Let them squirm.
into that.
So
beast.
we
That's
have
why.
digressed a little bit. So
Yeah.
I want to bring it back
Yeah.
by saying, if you're out there and you're feeling the pain, there's a reason you broke up. There's a reason you broke up. And
You also
listen, you might
played a
even get back
role.
together down the road.
Or
not.
as better
Or not,
people.
or
Yeah.
not, or not.
Yeah.
But the reason you're breaking up right now is valid.
Yeah.
It's valid. Don't dismiss it.
Yeah.
And until that thing changes, doesn't matter how many times you sleep
get
with that
back,
person,
yeah.
Even if
how
you love
many
each other,
times
how?
you do what, that relationship is not going to change. So you're just postponing the inevitable.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you find that once you accept that, listen, I'm just postponing the inevitable. You'll find out some of us have not been successful, but others have been. You know, and what Fiona says, just be disciplined. You said what? Boundaries.
I can't tell
And
everyone how to
self-control.
live, but look for the help you need.
Yeah.
You really, I
Look
just
for
know that your
help.
mind is a very powerful thing,
Yeah.
and sometimes we just don't think we are able. It feels like the pain is going to like kill
Overwhelm
you.
you.
I think everyone
Actually, you're
has,
strong enough to get through it. It always seems like it's the
It just
end.
feels like you're dying. How does pain work? Like, how does that pain work? Like, because it is painful.
Yeah.
It is
Anyway,
painful.
Sharifa, tell us, how can we deal with breakups?
You see the thing with boundaries that's going to help us with breakups is please set your non-negotiables.
Amen.
I think you see the stories on my page and you keep asking me, but do these ladies really want help? Do they? They do want the help, but because they do not even know they
Have
cannot
a basic
tolerate
way to start.
Thank
from.
you.
Yeah, this is why we keep tolerating all these things. Like, you'll even go back to an ex who used to beat you.
Yeah.
Because for you, you don't have, like, is it a nanny?
You just want a man.
Yes, actually they told you.
Yeah,
Or
just
no,
a
but
man.
she's-
A man,
so
as long
say.
as he's a man.
Have your kids with one father.
Exactly.
Such
So it's
things.
very important for you to have your non-negotiables, things you can compromise on. This is with setting boundaries. Like for me, my husband knows no physical abuse. Like, I do not care how bad your day was. You're not going to talk to me like, Come
Talk
down
to
here.
me like
yeah,
I
and I
said.
will put you down here. So for me, I have my non-negotiables. Physical abuse. People have non-negotiables of infidelity, and people go like, "Oh, nasaga, uniform." Guys,
I
that
know.
is my non-negotiable. Don't tell me.
Don't
Yeah.
dismiss it.
Yeah.
Don't dismiss
from
it.
yours.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are all different. If for you want to be cheated on, it's okay. You can tolerate it. Me, I will not. I would rather be single. So people have their non-negotiables, and that helps even with breakups.
No, you're
Sit down and go like, you know what? This guy used to beat me, and I do not think I can handle this. So I will not get back to him unless that is done with, or I'll meet someone else who also feels the same way as I do.
Yeah.
So with boundaries, this helps really a lot. Go down and note down all these things. I won't tolerate A, I can compromise on B, I can handle C, and then start there. You stick to your guns.
Yeah, and I feel like once you write down the things you're not compromising on, it's easy when you're going through that pain of a breakup. You've just broken up. You go back and you listen.
I told
This
myself,
man raised
Exactly.
his voice at me. So if that is what happens now, what's going to happen in 5
2
years?
years later.
You're going to
Exactly.
remind yourself. You're going to be able to remind yourself. Listen, if this man slaps me today, if I'm going to end up with him for the rest of my life, what's he going to do later? You know. So it kind of helps. That's something I had never thought about.
When you force your boundaries, you don't just put them there. Like, yeah, just like that, but please. You even raise your hand like, dude, I'm out.
Yeah.
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 That's you, then that's you.
Yeah.
Period.
So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then can we get off our ex's social medias, please? We even
So who are we going to stalk?
If you're
Mukuleke Dani.
if you're stalking, cancel.
stop.
Cancel stalking.
Anybody
we even open up
Mutuleke Dani.
dummy
Beyonce.
accounts, Like we have dummy accounts
To
just
stalk.
them.
You will
Yeah.
run mad.
It is crazy. Just let the woman be.
Why
Let
are
the
you
man
happy?
be. Yeah.
Release them
Release them. Because
Release
what
them
does
to
it help?
to the world
whoever.
and the
Whoever
universe.
is the- Yeah. Because honestly, it never helps.
It doesn't.
You'll find someone.
Why is it that I'm crying and you're at blankets and wine?
That's life. man.
Enjoy with
That's
another
the
woman.
And you're the one who was going to look for him. You wouldn't be
Exactly.
knowing if you weren't stalking
Meanwhile,
him.
why are you concerned that he's at blankets and wine and you're home? Who has told you to sit at home? This is what
You
you
also
say.
You also go for
Wait
blankets.
again, wait again.
You know?
Please don't listen to Prim.
You also go to blankets and wine. Wait again. Or you tell
Or
pass
just
by him
pass
6
by
times.
in a revealing skirt that
Pass
he
by him
likes.
6 times.
Listen, or just one
Let me
Mama
tell
looks
you, you're
swag.
going to
Yes.
Semba na
Be very busy, booked and busy.
No, guys, please.
Let me tell you, I have done the whole. Let me make him feel bad about breaking up, honey.
You will say manager.
Osemba nacho. Osemba nacho. For those who don't understand, Luganda literally means you end with you die in your movie. You end with it.
You're the
Like
one who
it
will
ends
die.
with you. You're the one who dies because you're legit going to pass in your short skirt, pass, and the man's not going to look. And do you know how that's going to be even more painful than you seeing that he's at
Yeah.
blankets and wine and you're not there.
Yeah.
No,
It's
but
so
what
painful.
makes this easy is if this person really wanted to be with you, they would.
He would be.
Period.
Thank you.
But he's not. He literally moved on, like, even before that message was blue ticked, he had already moved on. So it means it's not you.
Have you guys also seen those people of, you know how you talk to someone and you're like, like you're talking to a guy and he's letting you be the one to say the word "we've broken up." Eh?
It happened 3 months ago.
He's like, so what do you want
You've
us to
been
do?
in
Like,
a
you want to break
relationship
up?
alone.
Nga, you're like, no, I want you to tell me what
you
like,
want.
You cheated and I found out. It's like, no, like for you, tell me what do you want? I'm putting the ball in your hands. For you, what do you want?
I cannot stand someone who can't be straight.
Me too.
You make my head
Me
pain.
too.
I
When
run
you break up
mad.
and you find out that he's in a 8-month relationship.
Right?
but the chick is
For you, they broke up with you 8 months ago. But you're just finding out today. Never said joga. Well, to be fair, women do it as well. It's really difficult sometimes to break up with people. So you just kind of let them, be there until they finally decide to let themselves
Some
go.
toxic stuff.
This guy told me that he broke up with this chick on Wednesday, and on Saturday this girl was having a nikah. Nikah is like
Jesus.
Happened
She
with
had
men
dated
too.
this guy for a really long time for them to even get married. So you guys,
Badges.
it's not only the men who are doing
This
this.
true.
Girls,
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Guys,
true.
protect yourselves.
Oh,
Protect your
I
heart.
don't know how we're going to
Yeah.
do that because
Tulibaya, yeah.
I know.
Weyogeza.
Anyway,
It's
how about the
insane.
third parties? We need to cut them loose because I'm dating Claire, and then I know Fiona is Claire's birthday, so I'm always trying to get information.
You
The
will
guys'
hurt
friends that
yourself.
remain your birthday.
Yeah.
The guys' friends that remain your birthday.
They will call you by their
Yeah,
names,
they tell you
yeah.
like, oh, but anyway, that one is you never find a
I'm
girl
friends
like
with
you.
his sister.
You're like, bye, let me go.
I'm friends with his sister. His sister
As he literally
tells me,
walks
you
off
people,
set.
his
What
mother
is
calls
this?
me and tells me I am the best thing that ever happened to
Yeah.
him.
That was me. She used to even give me her clothes for Sunday, and we got touched together.
Guys, the guy has let you go.
When I was
If you
not
want
to
to let
church-
his sister or his friends, he's
When
let
I'm
you
not
go.
going to church,
Just
to
let
take for me
him
my
go.
tithe.
Mana.
Friends.
Mana.
Yeah.
Parties need to go.
Yeah.
Relatives, friends,
Yeah.
trust me, there is nothing they are going to tell you that you don't already know. They're just going to mess with you because
Yeah.
they're telling you what you want to hear.
And also, they haven't broken up with you, so they still like you. So genuinely,
Yeah, they do.
They feel the way they feel about you.
Yeah.
But that's confusing and blurring.
yeah,
Yeah, because
like
for you, you have
that.
feelings.
Yes,
It's too
because they
blurry.
legit think that you're the best woman he has ever dated.
Yeah.
He needs
And
to
they think
think
he'll
that you're the
save
best
their
woman to ever
brother
have.
or friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Therapists
It's,
really look deep into things. For me, that's
Yeah.
not something I would have thought of.
Really?
I would.
Oh yeah, it goes
Third
like
parties, yeah.
It's only now that you've talked about that I'm like,
Oh, come to think of it.
And the last one,
mm-hmm.
this is mainly something that I would never do, but I see people doing it and I keep wondering, why are you posting about this on social media? What are you going to get out of it?
A what? Break up?
Yeah. So you break up with your boyfriend and it's on the status.
something like Abafaba Papa.
Yeah.
You guys, while you're posting those
Hashtag
things,
somebody's son.
yeah, we are here eating popcorn.
Yeah, we are people are literally enjoying that content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please just do yourself a favor and.
I remember that used to be
In private, yeah.
You break my heart, you're never going to get the rest of me.
Those WhatsApp statuses.
Not even before WhatsApp came, it was Facebook. It was Facebook before WhatsApp came. I used to go there and I'd say all the things, hoping that he'll see them and change his mind. But then this older lady that had never, she followed me. We had gone somehow mutual schools. But she was a bit older than me in school. But somehow, you meet each other on Facebook streets and we followed each other. We had never spoken ever a day in our lives. And then she sent me a message. Let me give you a little piece of advice as my little sister. That is the first and last time I spoke to that woman, but that's the best advice she ever gave me. She literally told me, stop writing these messages. I know you think you're trying to get to him, but he probably isn't even seeing them.
Yeah. Yep.
So just let it go. And that's the day I learned that lesson.
You're like, goodbye.
Yeah.
And while you're going through a breakup,
Let's bring back diaries.
Yeah, please.
With a key, eh?
With a key. Yeah. Let's bring back diaries.
But it really helps.
Let's bring back
really
shame.
helps.
It does actually.
It does help.
It does actually.
So I'm thinking, because I tell people, can you just grieve? It's okay for you to grieve your loss.
Wear black on black.
If that works, if that's what works for you, please do.
And dark shirts so you look, airport outfit.
Right? No, but people, please feel your pain.
Yeah.
But when you tell people to feel their pain, I think they misunderstand it, and then they will wallow into their
and then get depressed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll find them listening to Adele. Do not do that. It does not help. Feel your feelings, grieve the loss of this boyfriend or girlfriend, and then pick
Go
yourself
through
up.
it, yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
move on.
don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Because this is why we get into relationships so quickly, because we don't want to feel the pain.
Like address it, yeah.
But you're just covering it up.
Yeah.
So please just feel your feelings and grieve the loss, and then just pick yourself up
And move on.
Avoid those love stories, those Indian movies that you guys be watching and they're dancing.
And you're crying, Babarita,
Exactly. But those things do not help you guys. So you just need to really take care of yourself in a way that's really going to help you come out really strong. Yeah.
Love to hear it.
Also,
I don't know if we've talked about
your Visa cards and credit cards, because
he will spend money.
you'll be out there buying things in self-love.
All right, guys. But that's all the time we had today. But just a shout out: all the jewelry we're wearing is from the corner. Gorgeous Ugandan brand that's doing the most with jewelry. So definitely check them out in our description.
Where are your earrings from? Who's?
Comments down below. You guys like asking, we've already put things there. They're there. But thank you for joining us, guys. Subscribe, and bye.
Bye.